it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand away. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, here we go on the eve of another big-time Buckeye home game. It's just Marshall, but I don't care. We're coming off of a bye week here, and every single one of these home games is important. You really got to fill it up. You only get so many games to enjoy at the Shoe in a college football season, and you get to do that tomorrow in a noon kickoff. I am Timmy Hall. We're getting ready for some high school football tonight, coming up here at 7 o'clock. The big game this evening, if you are an Olentangy Liberty alum, you're going to like this. Hosting Dublin Jerome. So we get the pregame coverage at 6:30 with Skip Mossick's show. And then at 7, it is the kickoff as we'll send it out to our guys. Now, tomorrow, I was just telling Man and Bone where I'm going to be hanging out. It starts with the Ozone Tailgate on Lane. And I always have so much fun there doing the stage announcements, just sort of pumping everybody up and everyone that comes out to that. It's been so much fun getting to, mingle with you guys. Everybody that comes up and says hello, wants to, chat for a bit. I love that. So keep doing that. That's why we're there. We're there to party. We're there to tailgate and get ready for the Buckeyes game. And after I'm done, this is what a typical game day is like for me. It's different when we're on the road. But when they play at home, I start my days at the Ozone Tailgate on Lane. Then as soon as we wrap up there and it gets closer to kickoff, I run over to Hollywood Casino, and then I do a little first half watch party with my buddy Scotty Vegas. Scotty Vegas obviously is always there because he lives there. But I watch that first half there. We do some prizes. We do a big halftime trivia bash that I swear we've been doing for years. Ever since I've been here, 12 years or so, and that's always a lot of fun. And then I come back here and I watch the second half of the game with my buddy Brandon Beam, and it's cool. We have the TVs on, we have the radio on, so we can't quite sync the audio with the video, so we get to actually be a step ahead. We get to hear Paul and Jim describe something, and then we get to see almost like the quick instant replay. So it's a bit of an adjustment, but that's how we watch it. Beam always liked to watch it that way, so I join him in all of that good fun. Now, before we hit you with our Week 4 edition of the Final Walkthrough, we're going to do that in mere moments, but I was not able to cram anything from our offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly, in there. And we didn't get to hear from him yet this week. And, he had a lot of good things to talk about. And mainly everybody's looking at the rapport and how this offense is going to work with Will Howard at the helm and the decisions that he is making. It all starts with him. If Will Howard is not in sync, it's pretty difficult for any of the running backs to be in sync with what they do, working a lot of play action. They're doing that RPO game, so it's all really involved there. But Chip likes what Will's been doing in the decision-making standpoint.
He's been really good in his decision-making process. I always chuckle because some people, I don't know how when I watch tape myself, like, is that an RPO situation or not an RPO situation? Because that could just be a hard ball call, and his job is to hand the ball off. Now, his fake may be that, but he didn't have anybody that was a relief throw for him or wasn't even looking to have a relief throw, but he's done a good job in what we've asked him to do. Really, we talked to our quarterbacks about being the run game coordinator, and he has to, make the play right, whether sometimes it's a check system, we're supposed to go right, and there's a lot of guys over there, so we got to go the other way. Other times he can make it right by throwing off of those guys. So he's been really good in his decision-making in the run game. One
of the great things we actually heard Chip and Will Howard get up there and talk about is you really should not ever be able to tell when they are running an RPO. They want to disguise whatever they're not doing. If they hand the ball off, we want you to just think that was just a handoff. And if I'm throwing the ball, like, that was the plan all along. I understand how that's the goal of that offense, to have everything so disguised that it looks like that was always what they were going to do. There's deception. There's the pre-snap motion that Chip Kelly loves to do that can, win in the numbers game if the defense is not going to adjust. And they're doing that well. And bottom line is Will Howard looks really, really comfortable. He looks like he is in total command out there, and that's just 2 games under his belt. That's what's great to see. We're going to have a lot of fun coming up here. Bodie Wells is back there, our fine producer. Bodie, Are you ready? Are you ready for a Week 4 edition of the Final Walkthrough right here?
I am super ready, Tim.
You sound like a man that's ready. So I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you and everybody else. It's time for the Final Walkthrough Week 4. All right, Final Walkthrough time, Week 4 edition. It is good to be back after the bye. I trust those of you lucky enough to have the special scarlet and gray Weber Kettle grills were firing those bad boys up on the off Saturday. Emeka Egbuka was sure happy, but we're back. Meanwhile, I was having a hell of a bye week Saturday judging a wing smoking competition. Second annual Wing Fest down in Grove City. I was talking wings with Elvis Merzlikins, and you know where I stand on some tasty wings.
Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy.
Yes, indeed, Timmy like wingy. Enough of that. Let's get to the game file. The number 3 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes are 2-0, hosting the 1-1 Marshall Thundering Herd out of the Sun Belt Conference. Noon kickoff. The Buckeyes are favored by 40 points. Depending on where you look, the over-under is 52.5 if you're looking for a way to get some extra something. Indeed, Will Howard, the Buckeye quarterback, has 520 yards passing, 4 touchdown passes, and has been one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the country when using the play-action pass. For Marshall, Leftwich, Moss, Pennington ain't walking through that door. Actually, Cole Pennington, he walked through the doors. He's got stats this season at quarterback. He's Chad's son. He's a sophomore. He ain't going to play. Stone Earl, he's the guy at quarterback, a North Texas transfer, fifth-year guy, has some wheels, too. That ESPN prediction machine thingy, robots give Ohio State a 96.9% chance of victory. So I'm sorry, AI, Bodie, we don't need any of your miracle crap today. Not tonight.
Screw them. This is your time.
Get out of here with that. But the thing you got to look out for is it's a spotlight kind of game for Marshall's head coach. You got to be feeling that opportunity to be on the big noon kickoff, pregame shows, national TV audience, all that.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Well, the thing is, third-year coach Charles Huff did make a name for himself this week with his press conference. He got everyone pretty hungry while putting it out there that Marshall is open for biz when it comes to Buckeyes looking to transfer elsewhere.
We've got a Tudor's Biscuit NIL, all you can eat. So if any of those guys that run really, really fast at Ohio State like Tudor's Biscuits, I promise you, all you can eat all day.
Absolutely legendary. I will take a Mary B here, Chuck, Biscuit World's classic bacon, egg, and cheese, and I do mean loads of bacon. A lot of their sandwiches have a hash brown patty on it, too. It's serious stuff. The search for the perfect weather day, 55 degrees and cloudy, not even close, but not horrible either. A little hot, 83 and sunny.
Too hot.
Yes, thank you, Ted. Too hot. Looking at the series between these two, not much of one, but the short history is interesting indeed. The 2010 game, easy 45-7 win. That was great, right? Yay! But vacated because, you know, that's all right. But the 2004 game, would you believe that the Buckeyes nearly lost that one at home to Marshall? Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Well, a fourth quarter Marshall touchdown had our very own Bobby Carpenter pissed about Jim Tressel not declining a Marshall holding on the drive, instead giving them a third down playback. He hilariously talked about it on Morning Juice today.
It was the dumbest call. I love Tressel. It was the dumbest decision we ever made. As clear as day, I can envision that and me screaming and maybe MF and Tress at that point on the sideline. Snides having to grab me. It's like, what are we doing?
MF and Tress, make that a t-shirt. I think so. But that left the door open for that man, Mike Nugent, to set an Ohio Stadium record with a 55-yard field goal. Yep, indeed.
This for the win for 55. It's down. The kick by Nugent in the air. Toward the uprights. He's got it. Mike Nugent. Career-long 55-yard field goal by Mike Nugent. And the Buckeyes in the final seconds of the game beat Marshall 24-21.
I could listen to Paul and Jim all day. What a call. What a call. Hear from some dudes. Let's hear from a dude. Denzel Burke is a dude. He told the media Wednesday he didn't want to talk about the targeting call. Then they proceeded to ask him about the targeting call. That sent him packing from the Western Michigan game. He called it a bullcrap call. He ain't wrong, but he got the frustration out of the way, and the talented Buckeye corner is just excited to play.
Extremely ready to play for this next game, especially Marshall. They throw the ball a lot, so I definitely have some play opportunities to get out there. It's never a good feeling, especially, it's my last year. I'm trying to make everything trying to take advantage of every opportunity I have. And just being out for the first half kind of sucked, but, it's part of the game.
Yeah. The big finish. Enjoy your Friday night lights. Get your rest. Wake up bright and early. Kegs and eggs, this thing. Noon kickoffs at the best stadium in the land are special, so enjoy it. And around 4:30 or so here on The Fan, me and my friend Beam will have you for postgame.
And I hope to see you out there.
All right, there you go, friends. Week 4 edition of the final walkthrough is in the books. Well, they always say, once a Buckeye, always a Buckeye. And I'll have a prime example of how that's playing out right now. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
When you travel, they always say, get a room with a view. And there's no better way to travel than the roomy new Toyota Camry. It's all hybrid all the time, so you can take your travels even farther. Now through September 30th, you can lease a Camry LE for $299 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing with approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Book your room now. Toyota. Let's go places.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. I remember seeing that CareSource Heart around town and just knowing they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. And that means the world to so many children today. My name is Cardale Jones, and I was a CareSource kid.
CareSource, your Medicaid, your choice. Visit caresource.com/Medicaid.
It is time to square off against overpriced family dinners with Donato's all-new bakery crust pizza. A square-cut, thicker bakery-style crust with smoked provolone cheese and Donato's fresh toppings, plus your choice of marinara, ranch, or garlic sauce for dipping. The crust is thicker, but the deal is the kicker. Right now, you can get 2 one-topping bakery crust pizzas for just $19.99. It's a whole lot of pizza for not a lot of dough. Order with the app or at donatos.com.
Hey there, Buckeye fans. Coach Day here. When you're getting ready for game day, make sure you start with the Kroger app. The app gives you easy access to weekly sales and personalized coupons, and you can earn fuel points too. And best of all, when you shop with the app, you'll enjoy the same low prices you'd find in-store. So check out the app and save while you're cheering us on to another great season. Kroger, fresh for everyone, and go Buckeyes.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. The BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 84 months or save up to $2,300. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com to find a dealer near you.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
There's nothing like having Common Man and T-Bone resting on your bosom.
Oh, for someone with no breasts, you've done very well for yourself.
Gross. Pick up the latest T-shirt in the Fan store or pick up merch from a show you actually like. We even have Ohio State and jacket stuff. Head to 971thefan.com.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Healthcare.gov is here for you when life happens. If you lost your health coverage because of turning 26, going off Medicaid, leaving your job, or moving, you could be eligible to enroll in new coverage now. And if you need to update your coverage because of marriage or having a baby, you could also be eligible. But don't wait. There's a limited time to enroll. Check your eligibility at healthcare.gov today. Life happens. Get covered. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine, light winds, and a little on the warm side for your Friday night football plans. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Overnight, we'll see the slight chance of a shower. Otherwise, starting your Saturday morning dry, partly cloudy and warm in the mid to upper 60s. During the day, looks good for the Buckeye game, although it will be hot again under mostly sunny skies in the afternoon, up to near 90 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Stickers on helmets make us happy. This is the Buckeye Show.
The completions, you see guys, open. Well, why are they open? Certainly the good receivers, and they create space, but I think we're putting guys in conflict. And when you establish the run, that starts it all off. You've got to establish the run because that opens play action pass. It opens the RPOs. It forces more guys down in the box, creates more space on the perimeter.
Head coach Ryan Day right there on his weekly radio show. You can catch that most Thursdays at noon right here on The Fan. I mean, it's really every Thursday at noon, unless there's like some anomaly with the schedule. So I don't know why I said it like that. But there he's talking about, how the Buckeyes are running the football so well to start the season and how that is opening up things in the passing game. I mean, I think we've become so pass heavy these past few years, and certainly the 2 C.J. Stroud years, it seemed like it was throw first and it was throw to open up the run. You definitely want to get back and always have that strength on the ground game because that's always, when push comes to shove, you talk about the physicality and the toughness, right? A couple years ago, we thought we maybe have lacked that punch up front with the offensive line. It looks like, now we don't know that for sure. We really do have to wait till we get back into some of these bigger quality football games. You can only play who's on the schedule up to this point, though, and we go off of that. It looks like there's some more tenacity and there's better bite with those guys. And obviously you add a guy like Quinshon Judkins, and that's just an elite level player. Even without everything being blocked perfectly, you're going to expect that he's going to be able to get out in space, make his first guy miss, run through a would-be tackler. You're liking where you're at with this ground game. And you got 2 guys there. I know Quinshon's got Travion in yardage right now, but the fact that they're both averaging 7.3 and 7.2 per carry, that's an amazing thing. And I think, I hope you continue to see a invigorated Travion Henderson who knows he's also playing in his last year of college football, and there's been so much noise about the injury bug getting him. And you really, it's not my place to sit here and say that I didn't think Travion was playing through a certain amount of injuries. I like to think that if a guy is healthy enough and good enough to go, then he's going to. Unless we're talking about some of these early season games where you really do know you're going to win and you want to sort of manage an injury. That's a different discussion when you're managing an injury that might be devastating to what your future is in the sport. And I think Travion's past, he's clearly past that now, and I want to see this good health continue because he's just running the ball really well. And he had that one block up the middle and in the Western Michigan game that got everybody out of their seats. That was great stuff. Here was Coach Day on how Travion's looking through the first 2.
I think you're seeing Travion, run, at a high level right now. You can see how quickly he can get to top acceleration, and he's running hard. And I've been impressed with his pass protection, and every time, you're going against your opponent, you got to beat the opponent that's there. I mean, you have to respect every single team that you play. You can never underestimate an opponent, but you're also putting film out there for other teams to watch down the road. And you're either putting strength on film or you're putting weakness on film. When you can pick up an A-gap blitz the way he did in that first game, I mean, you're showing strength right there.
Yeah, obviously you can't really talk about Travion's game and not talk about that block. If there's anything that shows what your toughness level is, it's when you're willing to go and do that. It's not just for the yardage, and it's not just for the touchdowns. It's for doing whatever you got to do to give your quarterback an extra second of time so he can make the throw and deliver the ball downfield, whatever you got to do. And so that was great to see. So we here on the Buckeye Show, we are, of course, sponsored by our good friends at CareSource and by Coors Light. We're going to make some picks coming up here in a couple of moments. I had some really good news on mine last week. I'll tell you about that. But Kyle McCord, obviously, is Syracuse's quarterback now. It's just a strange and weird situation how you lose just the one football game in the end, but what we were used to, the guy that I mentioned and CJ and how he looked moving the ball and throwing the ball down the field in this offense, there just was just a one level more possibly could have been enough with Kyle's game last year, but he was just a little bit slow here or there. He couldn't really tuck the football and run it. I think that's going to be a huge difference when we get into some of these bigger games with what Will Howard can do compared to Kyle McCord. But look, change of scenery has done wonders for Kyle so far. Off to a really good start. Rip-roaring start, 735 yards passing, 8 touchdown passes to just the 1 pick. And I haven't seen all of his film, but I've seen most of his touchdown throws, and a lot of them have looked really nice. And we know his high-end stuff, when he's on it, he can throw a pretty ball. It's just when you take into that consistency factor. And he was on with the Rise and Shine podcast, Sirius XM. And he said, I talk about once a Buckeye, always a Buckeye. It's a little different in that case, right? When you feel like you're spurned and you've still got good college football left in the tank and you're going to another Power 5 school and there's maybe a little bit of that FU attitude. You could understand if that were to be the case. But Kyle said he's kept in touch with a lot of these guys over here, still has a lot of friends, and he feels a lot of support. This was a quote. He said, I appreciate them all. I appreciate all of them. I still root for Ohio State. I have a lot of friends who are still on the team. I still talk to a few of the coaches. I still root for them, and I'm cheering those guys on. I appreciate the fans because I met a lot of great people in the community who still have been reaching out and supporting me, so that's been awesome. On my end, there's nothing but love for the Buckeyes. It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear because you don't ever know if it's going to roll that way 100% of the time. You can't, like in life, you can't make everybody happy in work, in life, whatever that is. But that's nice to see that at least publicly, he's not letting the hard feelings be known right now. So, we're not going to cross paths with them likely. I hope it still goes well for Kyle McCord. All right, Bodie, time for some fastest football picks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Buckeye Show's fastest football picks in the world.
Sponsored by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Mad dash to the end, Bodie, and I had one hell of a week, and I kicked Tyvis's ass last Friday.
Yes, you did. Tyvis went 3-5. Timmy, you went 7-1.
Oh,
now
baby.
On the season, Tyvis is 1 game under. He's 12-13. You are 16-9.
All right, just follow me, everybody. Follow me. I'm sure I'm going to go winless this week, but let's do it.
All right, tonight, Timmy. All right, Timmy. Tonight. Number 24, Illinois is at number 22, Nebraska. The Children of the Corn, they're favored by 8.5. Tyvis likes the Road Dogs, though.
I'm going to take points here, too. I still like Rule, but I'm going to go with Burt and the points.
Hurts my heart a little bit, but nevertheless, number 11, USC tomorrow is a 4.5-point favorite at number 18, Michigan. Who
USC.
So is Tyvis. Number 12, Utah is a 1-point favorite at number 14, Oklahoma State. Tyvis likes the Utes.
Tyvis likes the Utes.
I know. I was shocked. I texted him. I said, really?
That's
really?
weird. All right, I'm going to go with Oklahoma State then.
All right. Number 6, Tennessee is a 7-point favorite at number 15, Oklahoma. The Sooners first SEC game there.
Tennessee.
All right. Tyvis likes Tennessee as well. In the ACC, Georgia Tech is at number 19, Louisville. Or Louisville, if you're Scotty Scheffler. The Cardinals are favored by 10. Tyvis likes the Cardinals.
Let's go GT getting the points.
All right. In the Big Ten, Rutgers is at Virginia Tech. The Hokies are favored by 3.5.
Rutgers.
All right. Tyvis said give me Rutgers as well. Michigan State is on the road at Boston College. The Eagles are favored by 6.5. Tyvis likes BC.
I do too.
And Marshall, of course, is at number 3, Ohio State tomorrow. The Buckeyes are favored by 40.
Buckeyes.
Tyvis says Marshall.
We're going to go with the Buckeyes right there. I'm going to have this one at 56-3. That's going to be the final score. Pre-game coverage starts tomorrow morning, nice and early at 6:30. Folks, it was a blast. If you missed anything, be sure to download the Buckeye Show podcast anywhere you get your audio. It is totally free. We'll be back next week, and we got some high school football action coming up next. Skip Mossick gets you ready for it. Have a great night on The Fan.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This Saturday, choose chill and grab a Coors Light. Press play on Ohio State football and pause on everything else. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose the one beer that's made for Ohio State game day. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics 2024. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place. And aspiring comedian.
That's fun. What's your best joke?
All right, two windows were hanging out side by side. The first window says, "Sure is a hot day." The other one says, a talking window.
That's pretty good, Wilson.
Bet you can't top that one.
Well, at Pella, we don't have the talking windows, but we do have the windows your friends will talk about.
Dang it, that's good.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
When it's more than just your lawn, it deserves the Kubota Z400. Get a head-turning offer on class-leading speed, agility, simple deck height adjustments, and a quality cut. When you need comfort and performance, then you need the professional-grade Kubota Z400. Right now, get the Kubota Z400 mower for 0 down, 0% APR for 48 months, or save $300. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by Bain Welker Equipment in Circleville for a test drive and see their full line of Kubota products. Or visit online at Bain-Welker-Kubota.com.